material, and I just ate a fucking buffet of dicks tonight.
Yeah.
And then I came home and watched my grandmother wanted to watch a Richard Pryor documentary, and I watched this, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? This is fucking nothing I say is relevant. I'm not even taking from my life. I'm just a fucking worthless bag of shit.
Jesus. Was it that fucking one where he fucking sucks off Marlon Brando backstage?
No, I don't think they left that out. They should have incorporated that.
Yeah, they should incorporate that. I want to, why the fuck? Why? Marlon Brando must have had some crazy, just power over people.
You think that? I mean, Richard Pryor was massive in the in the 70s. Both those guys were at the top. I would say they were pretty much on equal footing, in terms of cultural iconography or whatever the word is. So I feel like it wasn't one had leverage over the other. I just feel I don't know. They both felt like being gay together.
No, Marlon Brando has fucking power over people. I've read all about this shit. He also apparently Paul Newman sucked his dick. Fucking James Dean sucked his dick.
Really?
Fucking Val Kilmer sucked his dick.
No,
Val Kilmer idolized him.
On the island of Dr. Moreau.
Yeah. No, I watched. It's really good actually. The new Val Kilmer has this. It's on Amazon Prime. It's called Val, and he was Val Kilmer was one of the first people to own a camcorder, a video camera in the fucking 80s, 70s. Okay. And he basically filmed his entire career, and he's just putting it out now because of his throat cancer and stuff.
Oh.
But yeah, well, no, he's the cancer's over, but he lost his voice, right?
Forever?
Well, it hasn't come back. It might come back. I mean, Levon Helms did, right?
I don't know who that is.
From the band, the dude from the band, the drummer, singer.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah, he had throat cancer in the 90s, and he lost his voice for I don't know, 4 or 5 years, and then it came back.
Jesus. But go on about Kilmer.
Yeah, so he has all this footage of in tapes and tapes of recording stuff from the 80s and 90s and 2000s, and he has stuff from the island of Dr. Moreau, and he's just because that was a huge shit show, and that's when he was got a reputation for being difficult to work with and stuff.
Who, Brando did?
No, Val Kilmer. Oh, Brando was already was already well known for being difficult.
I remember seeing I think I watched some sort of Watch Mojo fucking shit about that, and apparently, Kilmer was a bit of a diva on that fucking movie.
Yeah, well, he was just, I got it from his perspective because, that was his movie. He idolized Marlon Brando, and here he is finally getting to do a movie with him, and it's just a fucking disaster. You know what I mean?
Well, Brando, what's it called? I know for Apocalypse Now, he sort of, he shit the bed, kinda, but it ended up working. Because he was just that good. What was the issue with Moreau?
The issue was I can't remember exactly why, but the original director ended up leaving because reasons. So they replaced him with John Frankenheimer or something, who then was fucking having. Brando was being a fucking weirdo, and then Val Kilmer was always I don't know, taking Brando's side on things, and so.
As you probably, I mean, it makes sense. He idolized the motherfucker.
Yeah, he idolized the guy. He's like, we're gonna do whatever the fuck. Why isn't this working? And then like, I don't know. There's like footage of like, he's like, he goes up to like John Frankenheimer and he's like, John Frankenheimer's like, put the camera down. We're starting rehearsing. And he's like, no, not until I have an answer that whether you're going to leave or not. He's like, because you just finished saying to your two lead actors that if this continues, you're going to leave the movie or whatever. And he's like, yeah, well, I will if this disaster continues. So we're rehearsing right now. Apparently he was like, I don't know. Apparently like they weren't satisfied with the original director. Like they felt like it was too relaxed. So then they hired like Frankenheimer to come in and kind of like lay down the fucking law. And then Kilmer and Brando just weren't fucking having it.
Yeah.
So anyways, but then and then there's like, it looked like a whole fucking disaster. But then there was like, you kind of got to see like, because he's filming shit. Right. So it's like, it's not just he said, she said, you know, he's got like his actual he's got proof, like evidence. You know what I mean?
Wait, he videotaped him sucking off Brando?
No, he didn't actually suck off Brando. Fucking no, but there was a scene. There was like there wasn't a scene in the movie, but like, I guess during like some break in rehearsals or whatever the fuck, it's like Kilmer's like recording and Brando's like just fat ass Brando is like laying on this fucking cot in like this big moo gown and fucking like a sun hat and sunglasses. And he's like, Kilmer is like talking to him and he's like, what am I calling you? He's like, I am Nathan or something.
Nathan?
Yeah. Brando is just, he's like, push me more. Push Nathan more. Get me full swinging. It was fucking weird. Brando was being like, he just was like, refused to be called anything other than Nathan. In like, he was like switching.
Was that
he was like, no. He was just like, he was like different. It was like he had split personality disorder or some shit. He was just deciding who the fuck he was at any given moment. Like, it was the weirdest shit I've ever seen. Well, but Kilmer was just like, whatever. Kilmer was just like totally like fucking into it. You know what I mean?
As we all would be. I mean, let's be real. I would fucking, yeah, what's up, Nate? But like,
yeah.
What's your evidence that he made like Paul Newman and James Dean drop dome on him?
That's just what he fucking said.
He said that. He said, I made Paul Newman before he was a star give me oral sex.
Yeah, no. He's like that fairy fucking, he would idolize me. He'd come after my fucking show and he'd fawn over me like a little schoolgirl. And then one time I just I just saw him and I said, come here, you little fucking bitch. I made him suck my dick. And he's like, James Dean was fucking, he was like, James Dean was all over me. Like fucking, he used to suck me off all the time.
He said that to who, Johnny Carson?
No, I don't fucking know. He just said it and I don't know. There's like, you can like look it up. I'll fucking look it up right now. There's weird, like, I found a whole thing on it.
What did it feel like to have Paul Newman, the great Paul Newman, draw upon your glands succulently?
Yeah, and then like apparently like apparently like Paul Newman fucked Steve McQueen.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
God
I
damn.
believe it. I mean, Steve McQueen's first role is a like a bit part in a Paul Newman movie. So
So you're
I
saying,
believe it.
because I've
And
always
and
been
and
fascinated.
and they used Paul Newman as leverage to get Marlon Brando to do On the Waterfront.
What do you mean? They said, like, if you don't do this movie, Paul Newman's gonna go bye-bye?
No, no, they said, we have this good up and coming actor and he's willing to step in. We don't really need you. You know, your career is going to be done. Whatever. We already have your replacement.
Oh, and it's Paul Newman.
Yeah. They're using Paul Newman as leverage to get Marlon Brando to play the role because Marlon Brando was being a fucking diva.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't get, because Paul Newman, when I think about that time, Paul Newman and Marlon Brando seem like they'd be pretty fucking even. Like, I don't think they predate each other. Does one of them predate each other?
Yeah, well, Marlon Brando, like Streetcar Named Desire, was what, like 1951. Well, no, like Marlon Brando he was huge. He was a huge theater star before he broke out into film in like the 40s, and Paul Newman didn't break out until the 50s, so. Or even you could say like 1958. 1956, and I think Brando was.
I've always been
huge in
fascinated by
Hollywood, so.
the cycle of abuse, sex abuse in Hollywood. You're saying that Paul Newman, because he had to suck off Marlon Brando, he then later made Steve McQueen give him head?
I don't know. They just all had a weird thing where they like idolized each other, and they just, I don't know, I guess they were just, I mean, it was also like the 50s and shit, so like that was before the sexual revolution, and it didn't mean what it means now. It's not like a weird taboo thing. They just kind of ended up, apparently, like, this is all conspiracy shit. Like, nothing's ever been proven besides besides the Richard Pryor Marlon Brando thing.
Yeah.
But
who even broke that story?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's so funny because fucking Brandon, that awful fucking Brandon Ash Muhammad, was branding himself as the first like prominent gay black comic. I think Jacob Silva pointed out to me, he was like, cough, cough, Marlon Brando or Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
That's Brandon. Fuck him.
Yeah. That dude is that guy. Yeah, he got hot for a little while. I mean, I don't really blame him for like riding the wave, you know what I mean?
Well, Deacon, he's a kind of a sexual deviant. Like I've heard this secondhand, but apparently he got Amr Singh, that comic Amr Singh, to suck him off, and in turn he started giving Amr spots. And there's been other people that have been like come out and been like, yeah, Brandon made these unwarranted sexual advances towards me, and like it was gross, and he like was continuing to like send me unsolicited dick pics when I told him to stop.
What the fuck? And
he's still like this poster boy for woke fucking Toronto comedy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's politics, man.